Have you ever wondered what happens when curiosity pushes you too far? A group of friends, drawn by nothing but old legends and a thirst for adventure, find themselves trapped inside an abandoned mansion deep in the woods. But as the doors slam shut behind them, they realize they're not alone. Whispers fill the air, shadows move on their own, and something monstrous lurks in the darkness, feeding off their fear. But the most chilling part? This place doesn't just haunt, it traps. Are they about to become part of the mansion's twisted history, or is there a way out? Keep watching if you dare. Late at night, deep in the woods, a group of friends decided to stay over at a remote, abandoned mansion. Their curiosity led them there, drawn by urban legends of a haunted place once owned by a reclusive family who mysteriously disappeared. People said their restless spirits still roamed the mansion's halls. As they entered, a chilling gust of wind slammed the door shut behind them, cutting off any possibility of escape. The temperature dropped, and an eerie silence enveloped the mansion. The air felt thick, as if something was watching them from the shadows. They exchanged nervous glances, trying to shake off the unease. Lena, the bravest of the group, led the way upstairs, her flashlight flickering with every step. The walls were adorned with old, cracked portraits of the long-gone family, their eyes hauntingly lifelike, following their every move. The floorboards creaked under their weight, each step feeling heavier, but they pressed on. At the top of the staircase, a narrow hallway stretched before them, with doors lining both sides. They opened the first door to find a dusty, cobwebbed bedroom. The furniture was covered in white sheets, making the room feel even more unsettling. The group hesitated, but when they moved to the next door, they heard it. A soft whisper, barely audible but undeniably there. "Leave this place now." The words vibrated through the air, sending a shiver down their spines. The room grew colder, and their breath became visible. They turned to look at each other, but before they could react, the door slammed shut, locking them inside. Panic set in as they tried to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. Suddenly, the air grew heavier, and a shadow flickered across the walls. A low, guttural growl echoed from somewhere deep within the mansion, making their hearts race. "Who's there?" yelled Mark, his voice shaking. No reply came, only footsteps. The group stood frozen, feeling the weight of the presence closing in. Then, without warning, the door flew open. They were met with a figure, pale, disfigured, and cloaked in darkness. Its glowing yellow eyes pierced through the shadows. It wasn't human anymore, something monstrous, twisted by the mansion's darkness. "Run!" screamed Lena, but it was too late. The figure lunged, its elongated fingers reaching out like claws, its mouth opening wide, revealing jagged teeth. The group scattered, running in every direction, but the mansion seemed endless, its hallways twisting and shifting, disorienting them. The shadows grew thicker, and the whispers grew louder, now an army of voices chanting in unison. "You are not meant to leave." Desperate, they found their way into the basement, thinking they'd be safe. But the basement was no sanctuary. The walls were lined with rotting bookshelves, and a foul stench filled the air. A single light bulb flickered overhead. The room was covered in strange, grotesque symbols drawn in blood. And then, they saw it. A mirror, large and cracked, standing alone in the center of the room. "Look," whispered Sarah, her voice trembling. "Look into the mirror." They turned to her, confused, but the mirror rippled. Their reflections distorted, twisting their faces into monstrous shapes. And then the figure from upstairs appeared in the mirror, its grotesque smile stretched wider, as though it was feeding off their fear. "You shouldn't have come here," it said, its voice blending with the whispers that had surrounded them. The group froze in terror. They realized, too late, that this place wasn't haunted by ghosts. It was a prison for cursed souls. They were trapped, and the mansion wouldn't let them leave. As they tried to run, the mansion itself shifted, the walls closing in on them, the air growing denser with every step they took. There was no escape. The mansion had claimed them, and its spirits, hungry for more, would never let them go. And the worst part? The final whisper they'd hear was the same as the first. Leave this place now.